going to be talking about anything risque.
No.
Nope, absolutely not. Anyway, guten tag. Hello, everyone. We're here, episode 1. We're going to intros, because no one knows who we are yet. Or we will. Maybe we'll know too much. Who knows what's going to happen. Anyway, number 1, the host. Number 2.
I'm
Simon. Simon.
I am number 3, Mike.
Number 4.
Number 4, real American patriot, real carburetor.
Number 5, talk louder, because you're kind of far from the mic.
I'm number 5.
Awesome. Number 6.
I'm number 6, and I support the postmodernist interpretation that we should all be reduced to numbers.
Very good. Okay, number 7. A little louder, please, as well.
I'm number 7, and I'm Delbert Grady, or Delbert for short.
Oh, very famous. Very good actor. Number 8, please. A little louder, because you're far away from the mic as well.
And then I'm number 8.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
All right. Well, Mike over here, number 3, has a little game for us prepared to find a little more about our psychology and a little bit more, maybe a little too intensive, but we'll see what happens. So,
right.
Mike, your floor is yours.
All right. So this is so take it with a grain of salt. It's a Freudian test. So take it as you will.
We all know Freud,
but
right, guys?
it is a little fun to do. So here we go. It's the walk in the woods test. So, all right. And you'll need to write it down.
Yes,
It prevents cheating here. You'll
Yes.
need to write down your answers.
We all have whiteboards, so keep your boards close to yourselves. Don't throw things number 8. Okay, you're gonna be banned. Get out of here, number 8.
All right, here we go. You're walking in a beautiful woodland area, and the sun shines through the trees and a gentle breeze flows over your whole body. It's a beautiful day. You're walking with someone. Who are you walking with?
Do we write this down?
Yes.
Yes, right? That's your first question. Write it down.
Yes. You'll need a little more space.
Okay.
There are 10 questions.
Okay.
All right. Everyone got their first answer? All right. As you walk through the woods, up ahead you see an animal in front of you. What kind of animal is it?
For reference, you should keep your answers hidden, because these might have some undesirable revelations about your psychology. So, a little note for you guys.
What happens with you and the animal? And what interaction takes place between you and the animal?
Do we write down the first thing that comes to our mind?
Yes, first thing we might.
Absolutely.
Right.
Be-
Is this
try to be
just us
genuine
having
too.
sex with the animal? Is that what this leads to?
No,
No,
you'll see. It's Freud, yes, but you'll see what happens.
Anyways.
You'll see what happens.
Anyways, you try to be genuine though. But, okay. Alright, as you walk deeper into the woods, you come to a clearing, and in the middle of the clearing is your perfect house. Describe its size. As you walk closer to the house and see more of it, is it surrounded by a fence? So it'll just be like a yes or no.
Wait, am I supposed to be imagining this?
Yes.
You can.
Well, I guess you
guys
can.
know what
Okay,
I mean.
so for context, what's your number again?
5.
Number 5 does not have a, what's it called again, sorry?
Vivid
Visual
It
imagination.
does not have Brayden, so it's going to be a little difficult for number 5, but it'll be okay. We just gotta remember your answers.
I was dropped in my head as a child.
That's not true.
Or it could be. We're not entirely sure.
How do you know it's my head? Continue.
Anyways, you tentatively walk through the front door of this house and enter the door, and it is slightly ajar. As you walk through the dining area, you see a table. Describe what you see on and around the table. As you finish looking around, you exit the house via the back door, into the garden area, which has a large area of grass. In the center of the garden, in the grass, you see a cup. What material is made of this for this cup? Right. What do you do with the cup?
Keep it lighthearted, guys, wait.
As you walk to the bottom of the garden, you find yourself standing at the edge of a body of water. What type of body of water is it? All right, final question. As you think about how to get back home, you have to cross the water. How do you plan on doing this?
So we can give you guys some time to write down your answers, and then afterwards, number 3 will explain the meaning of these questions, and after that, if you feel comfortable, you may share. We'll go around the circle, you can share your answers, and then it will reveal what they imply. Yes, number 6, yes.
So, will we be revealing it, like, each of us?
It's not mandatory, because you'll first have to know what the answers imply first, and then you'll decide whether you want to share or not. Number 4, yes.
If a person's name is mentioned, you can use a code name to describe
Yes,
them.
you may do that. You may use their number if they're with this group, or you may use a code name.
Especially for like the first one.
Yes.
I trust that we will be forcing number 8 to share.
I do not believe so, because these questions might actually get a little bit severe. So number 8 has the right to not do this. So number 3, please.
All right. So, firstly, the person you are walking with, apparently, is the most important person in your life.
Everyone get your chuckles out. Get your
All right.
laughs out.
The size of the animal you meet is representative of your perception of the size of your problems.
Real? This is good. This is good. I'm winning.
All right. Now, the severity of the interaction you have with the animal is representative of how you deal with your problems.
Wait, how? Okay,
Whoa, we'll share later.
We can interpret severity
We'll
later.
have your case studies later. It'll be all okay. Yes.
Okay. The size of your dream house is representative of the size of your ambition to resolve your problems. And the fence or not indicates an open personality. People are welcome at all times. The presence of a fence is more indicative of a closed personality. You prefer people to not drop by unannounced. If your answer for the table did not include food, people, or flowers, then you are generally unhappy.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
Is it food and people?
Food or people or...
It's
Food
or. It's or.
Yes.
Also, you gotta speak a little louder, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Finally, the durability of the material with which the cup is made is representative of the perceived durability of your relationship with the person from number 1. For example, styrofoam, plastic, and paper are all disposable, and you don't really value them at long term.
That's about right.
Glass and ceramic are a little more precious and means that you have a strong but fragile relationship. Metal, wood, and plastic indicate a strong, long-lasting relationship.
How do we know this
Didn't you
is
say
true?
plastic in the beginning and the end?
Yeah, it's weird. It has it here.
I guess
I
plastic
guess
could...
depending on the
guess
plastic.
it's
It could
open to
be
interpretation.
frail plastic, thicker
Yeah.
plastic.
Like this.
I guess
plastic is like artificial, right? So it could like represent
could be tough, it could
symbolically.
be-
Yeah,
You know, there's a
artificialness.
future in
Who knows?
plastics.
Yeah. But also plastic does take millions of years to degrade. So it's also...
Very true.
There we go.
Whereas it takes me very little time to degrade.
Moving on to the next question. Anyway, moving on to the next
Anyways.
question.
what you do with the cup is representative of your attitude towards the person in number 1. This is Freudian.
Okay,
remember.
But what does it mean if, let's say, I drank from the cup?
I have no idea. This is Freud.
But we'll discuss that once.
Yeah, we'll discuss it.
We'll
We'll
cross
discuss
that bridge once we
All
get
right, all right. And the size of the body of water is representative of the size of your sexual desire. This is Freud. This is Freud. Remember?
Okay.
Sexual desire for the person or just in
No,
general?
No, in general.
Okay, good.
Okay.
This is horse hockey. I want to start now.
Okay.
I have now been convinced that this is all Freudian horse hockey. not an ounce of truth.
Last
in it.
question, please.
Last question.
Last question.
Before you. One more. Okay.
Before you can,
All right. How wet you get crossing the water is indicative of your relative importance of your sex life,
Okay.
which is interesting. I don't see how.
Could I start with
Just
saying
number
Yeah, sure.
number 6.
Six.
Number 6, please start.
Well, the person that I was walking with was my love interest.
Okay.
Romantic interest, to say.
Okay.
The animal I saw was a marmot, like some sort of small rodent on
Marmot.
the
Okay,
ground.
that's very good then.
And
That's
then,
very
like, I just looked at the marmot, it looked at me, and it just, like, kept on going.
good. Okay.
Not sure what to make of that.
It's passive rather than like aggressive.
The house I saw was rather quaint, tiny, sort of blended into the landscape, and there was no fence around it. Inside the house, there was, like, candles and plates, no food, but it appeared as if the candles were lit, as if, like,
It's pretty happy then. You're a pretty hyper person, I would
it
say.
felt pretty welcoming.
Okay.
And the furniture was wooden. And that's just what I saw.
All right.
And then when I went outside into the garden, the cup was plastic. Something like
Like the one you have.
like
you're holding right.
not a disposable plastic, but like,
Like
a permanent
durable
plastic.
okay.
When you get the microplastics form. And I didn't do anything. I just looked at it.
Okay, very good.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And the body of water, if you
And
care to
then
share.
I kept on walking, and at the edge of the property there was a creek, and I wrote down it was about the width of like, I'd say it'd be very easy to jump over it.
Okay.
And then to cross the body of water, I just jumped over it.
Very good.
So I did not get wet at all.
No wetness at all. Okay, very good. Would anyone else like to share?
So it's not too important, I guess.
I guess.
I'm
so.
always. Oh, wait, what does that mean?
Oh my god.
What do you mean?
What does that mean? Let's psychoanalyze number 6 here.
Okay.
So
Number 6?
So the marmot. Your problems are as big as your marmot.
What?
Marmot?
No, that's
That's-
not number 6.
No, talk about-
he's
talk about-
number
no.
6.
Oh,
number
number
2 is the question. Alright,
So-
so number 2 is the problem thing.
Yeah.
And it's a marmot. So marmots are medium-sized animals. Would you agree with
I'd say they're
small,
pretty
medium? Yeah. What marmots are you seeing? Marmots I see are huge.
well, they go like up to here.
It's not that big. It relatively.
Okay, what do you mean it's a marmot in the first place?
It's a mountain
It's a
thing.
relatively large rodent.
Okay.
It's like a groundhog but for mountains.
Okay, that's very
So
good.
it's the kind of problem that could be a nuisance but not life-threatening.
Well, like-
probably.
I guess so.
So I know number 6 is a backpacker.
Yeah.
Correct. In
Yeah.
the mountains.
Uh-huh.
In mountains with marmots. So how do we know that he is thinking about, oh, this is the size of my problems, and not what wildlife do I encounter regularly?
Well, that
which would happen to be, like,
Well, I don't really.
Well-
like if he lived in Africa and he ran into a bunch of elephants, does that mean that his problems are bigger?
There still must be a certain
Yeah.
significance in marmots by the fact that he said marmots and not some other
Yeah.
animal
Yes.
that he would commonly
I would
encounter.
agree.
Go ahead,
It
Six.
wasn't like a squirrel, for example.
How many large animals do you encounter?
Well, the thing is, I'd say like I don't really encounter marmots too frequently. I've seen it like maybe like
A
once.
little
a year.
louder, please, by the way. A little louder, please.
But like I'd say like I encounter like probably just squirrels more. So
Yeah.
I'd say there has to be some sort of significance to marmots.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I was thinking how like in the question right then I was like, oh, this is not a bad thing. It's just a marmot. And then it looked at me, I looked at it, and it just kept on going.
This is
But-
pretty gay.
But anyways, yeah. When I did it though, like even though I haven't really seen in person a lot, I chose bear for my animal, which is interesting.
What did the bear do to you?
I think I might have just passed the bear. I don't know. I walked around it.
Uh huh.
Number 8, please stop giggling. You're messing up the audio. Please stop giggling, number 8. Thank you. Would anyone
right.
else like to share?
I would love to share.
Okay, number 2, please.
All right. So my special person, I guess I won't share names, but I'll go by a co-name. We'll call her. And then, number 4. Why are you laughing? Or number 5. Why are you laughing? Anyways,
funny.
Keep the audio, please, to a minimum,
anyways,
please.
I saw a beaver, which I'd say is sort of like a medium problem, maybe on the smaller side. And the beaver actually talks to me, which is really indicative of just how I solve problems through communication.
Oh.
My house was, sizable, large enough for a family of 4, and
Okay.
I didn't decide to include a fence. I thought some of my more interesting answers were, I chose a glass cup, which is certainly very resilient and also very, I'd say, pristine.
But also possibly fragile.
Also
as
quite
well.
brittle.
In
yes.
a way.
Yeah.
Maybe it's fragile, but I do value the cup more because it is fragile.
Yeah.
Maybe that suggests that the relationship will be ephemeral at best.
Yeah.
But-
Well, I would also say I drank
Beautiful.
from the cup, so that suggests. Well,
Please keep
it
the excess
suggests
noise to
good
minimum, thank you.
relationship. Also, in terms of, remind me, what did the body of water represent?
Your sex derived.
Yeah, sexual desire.
All right, sexual drive, and then how wet you get represents what?
Your the importance of your sex life.
Okay, let's just say relative to. I chose a lake and swimming across the lake, and let's just say I'm pretty sure this Freudian test is pretty
Did you take
accurate.
your clothes off?
I'm sure I would. It is a private lake. after
Well,
all.
there we go.
Ah, indeed.
Very revealing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
All right. Who wants to go
I have
next?
a question.
Okay,
question first.
So, if when I went to the marmot and I just looked at it and it just like kept on going, does that mean I just sort of like don't worry too much about my problems?
I don't know.
You don't.
I think that's a
confront
good
them, you let them be.
interpretation.
That is I don't know.
I suppose that'd be the case, yes.
I'd have to like.
Number 4, or number 4, is it?
Yes,
Number 4, please.
Okay, so for mine, the person I was with, was a former love interest.
All right,
I
very
had,
good.
All right.
been interested in for a very long time. Is past tense, by the way.
Sure.
And-
Sure.
Everyone,
She's
please
the most important person in your life.
keep the excess volume to a minimum, please. We're recording here.
The animal was a deer, and
Okay.
the interaction was it just ran by, it ran away. The house was like a medium size, so it wasn't like a large mansion, but it wasn't
Okay.
very small either. There was no fence. There was many cheeseburgers on the table. What was the thing? Was it like a cup? The
Yes.
cup was number 7.
What material?
It
is
was
the
made
cup?
out of quartz.
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 Very interesting.
Okay.
How do you have quartz? What? Where have you seen a quartz cup? What is this?
Never.
What is?
But
What?
I just
Hey,
heard
hey,
it's
let
the
him
mater- the
dream
material-
here.
I don't like this. I don't like
material
this.
that you
Psycho
have-
accent.
We opinions after this.
Okay. What happened with the cup is that I was pouring water into the cup. In 9, the body of water was like a lake, so like it's like Lake Superior, like around that. size.
Humongous body of water, huh?
And then what I did is I built a boat.
It's a boat, so very
It's a boat.
unwet. but
Really?
A vast, massive body of water.
Number 4.
Number 4, yes.
Was this like a canoe or was this like a sailboat?
Or like a
What
battleship,
kind
like a
of boat was
cruiser. A dreadnought, perhaps.
It wasn't that big. I'd say it was made out of wood.
Like a
we have to paddle through
stereotypical
one
like.
Like one of those old Roman, like, warships.
Yes, roughly that. So
Okay.
there might be some
splashing.
sort of like
A
water
Viking ship.
leakage. Perhaps.
Toes a little wet.
It's possible.
Okay. Not too wet. Not too wet, though. Not too wet.
Not too wet, but
No,
there's some.
not like
some
number 2.
wetness.
Not like number 2, who swam across his body of water. Anyway, would anyone else like to share?
I'll go.
Number
Okay.
7, please.
All right.
I don't think there's anything too jaw-dropping about mine. The first one is a bit jaw-dropping. So the person I chose was number 8, or ojibwe as we like to call it.
You would have number 8 as the most important person in your life.
Well, that was before I knew what the significance of writing this was. But the animal is a tiger, so pretty significant, I guess. And I fight it. Okay.
Oh.
The house is probably a medium-sized log cabin. A little bit smaller than this house that we're in currently.
Okay.
There is a fence around it. And on the table, there's plates, ornate wood chairs around the table, and candles on the table, but no food or people or anything.
Okay.
The cup is plastic, probably cheap plastic of this kind, so it doesn't break very easily, but it's not worth very much either.
Number 7, you speak a little louder, please. Number 7 as well.
Okay,
Speak a little
sure. And I drink from the cup. I'm not sure what that means relative to number 8 here. And the body of water is a large pond or a small lake that would maybe take 15-20 minutes to row across, and I use a small rowboat that's probably big enough for 2 or maybe 3 max people.
Okay. That's
Very
interesting.
For number 8 to be in your stove.
Well, yeah, there's been lots of talk at number 8. So number 8, would you like to share your
Sure.
number 8?
I'll share what I wrote.
All right. So the most important person in your life.
We're not gonna go by name, so let's call her M.
All right, very
Like
good.
the
Very good.
initial-
That's not what you
Also,
had
speak a little louder,
written.
please. You're a little far from the mic. Speak a
Yeah,
little louder.
we'll call her the initial M.
Okay.
Okay.
And the size of your animal.
The animal I chose.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a human, but let's call him.
You came across a human in the woods.
Yes.
That's what you chose. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very
So-
odd, don't you
And
think?
That is very odd.
And what did you do with this human?
You
fight
better
him.
not have had sex.
You
with
fought the human. Okay.
I fought the human.
Fought the human. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
And how big is your house here?
It just says the word big.
It's big.
All right.
It's just big. Yeah.
And is there a fence?
Yes.
What was on the table?
Lots of money.
Lots of money. Okay. Interesting.
All right. What is the material of your cup?
Glass. Like a standard glass cup, something like this or this.
So somewhat.
So you're saying that as if we can see the cups you're tapping right now, even though this is an audio recording. Very good.
Okay,
Yes.
but it's just like a standard wine glass or something.
Okay.
Okay.
And what is the size of the body of water?
Did you skip a question?
What?
Like,
Hmm.
what'd you do with the cup?
Oh yeah. What did you do with the cup?
I threw it. I threw it away.
All right. Very good.
Wow.
And what is the size of the body of water?
A pretty big lake.
Okay.
And I can see you swam through it too.
Yeah, I did.
Very interesting.
I did.
Very interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
very good.
All right.
Very good.
Keep in mind, this is a Freudian test, so
Yes.
take it with a huge grain of salt.
Freud, of course.
So what does this mean about me?
Well, it means you like to swim, obviously. So.
You're greedy
Just an interesting
and lonely.
idea. Some people happen to use the term "red" to describe the amount of money they have. So is that possible that it has any correlation to like your desires?
Could it be a food of sorts?
I find it very strange that you choose a human in the forest and also a human which you do not know, like this name you pull out of thin air. I don't know where you got this name from. Like, so it's very strange to me. I don't know where you pulled this name from. Number 6, please. Yes.
I also find it interesting that you were asked to produce an animal, and then you came up with a human.
Yes, that's very.
That is
do you consider
interesting.
humans
That's
animals?
We are animals.
Oh, so that maybe says
You're the
something
only
about
animal
his
here.
No,
opinion.
we're
of-
Homo sapiens.
humanity.
We are animals, after
Fair
all.
enough, yes.
And also,
That's fascinating.
the name. I just don't like the name, so I just.
You Why not?
You think is like kind of autistic, like a little?
For sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
I don't know.
You perhaps know when
Let's
you
not get into that.
Okay, very good.
All right, I have results, and now I want to preface this, but I think this proves the test wrong.
Okay.
Because it's discordant. Half of the test implies one thing, and then the other half of the test implies the opposite.
Elaborate,
Here's
please.
the-
Love to hear.
Can I?
Maybe
The thing is, though,
Yes,
Freudians
Freud,
rely a lot on like psychoanalysis. Which
Yes.
you're like the bane of their existence.
I am the bane of their existence. Facts and logic, yes.
Please.
Scientific scrutiny.
Number 5. 1 second. Number 6. You
But
have a
also no
question,
vivid
sir?
Well,
imagination.
wouldn't your lack of a vivid imagination make it harder for you to accurately, I guess, answer the test?
Yeah.
Many people are saying this. All right, now let's get into the results. So number 1. Now this is coded for the most important person in my life. I said woman. I did not clarify which woman. I don't think about any woman in particular. I just thought woman. A woman. Probably
But
pretty.
ask for a specific person.
But I gave a generic woman.
I'm number 5. How old is this woman?
Let's not get into that. Number 2. Number 2. Bird. It was a bird.
A bird, very
The
interesting.
thing that represents my problems is a bird. A little chickadee kind of thing. And it landed on my finger, and then I fed it.
Very nice. Very nice.
I
very
know.
adorable.
I
very
know.
cute.
I'm so generous like that. But how is it like near my house? There's a walking trail, and whenever I go on it, like usually there are birds, and you can get the birds along your finger, and you can feed them.
Don't
So
feed
how
the
can I
birds.
separate the fact that the animal I come in contact with frequently is a bird? Why are we giving special meaning to things that I run into more?
Well, how else would we analyze this? Number 7. Sorry. You were
Sorry.
gonna say something.
Well, I mean, surely you encounter other animals as well. You know, squirrels, rabbits, or something. So
Yeah,
there-
all
there
of
has
them
to be-
small to
Right.
medium-sized animals.
Right,
I don't
but
run into
there-
any deers or elephants. For
Right, but there
example.
has to be a significance in why you chose this common animal
Yes, exactly.
instead of some
Like, for
other
instance-
common
Or
animal.
a human?
Like for instance, like in my answers when number sorry, what was it?
3.
Number 3 did this test to me earlier, like a month ago. I chose bear. I don't run into bears at all, right? But I chose a bear for mine. So
Oh.
there we go.
Now, to be honest, I did first think beaver, and then I narrowed it down to bird.
Why do you think that
It would have
happened?
been interesting if
I
you
don't
did
know.
keep it as beaver.
You think there's an unconscious choice being made?
I don't
here?
know. Maybe it is. Maybe. I don't know.
Or subconscious, I guess, would be the better word.
So 4 for the house. It was a medium-sized house, but this is also, like, generally I'm against large houses. I don't think they look very good, and I want enough room for me. But I don't need an indulgent-sized house. I don't need like a movie theater inside. Like, what are we talking here? Like, what? This is ridiculous. Like, I need small, beautiful house. And then was there a fence? There was not a fence. Hell yeah.
For those listeners, number 6 and number 5 just fist bumped when he said that.
Yeah. Now number 6 is what was on the table, which represents what exactly? Like,
What was on your happiness?
my happiness.
You had food on there, though.
There was food, and there was lit candles, and there was dark mahogany table and chairs.
Okay. Okay.
Now, I had for the cup like a red Solo cup,
What's that? Like one of those party
very
cups?
cheap disposable.
One of those party
Disposable.
cups?
Like from yes,
Okay, yeah,
like
yeah.
party
Thrown
cup.
away after
Yeah,
a single
okay.
use.
To be yes. And it was sitting there, and then what did I do with it? I left it. I just I didn't do anything with it. I left it alone. So the indication of this is that the most important person to me is a generic woman, not anyone in particular, just women in general.
Do you think this is representative of your dating life?
Who's to say? And it was plastic, disposable,
Single
Right.
use.
single use. And then what did I do? I looked at it and I left it. and I didn't interact with it. It wasn't of importance to me. So this would suggest what? I'm some skirt-chasing womanizer?
Well, I'd say
Have that.
maybe that you don't, like for women in general, you don't have like a strong personal connection to any particular one. You just find the idea of being with a woman rather glamorous.
Okay, so
And-
then...
The soul cup sort of suggests that you don't really care about that relationship too much. Because it's pretty surface level. And then you not doing anything with the cup sort of suggests that like there's little... Wait, what was the meaning of
The cup?
Yeah, no, what you do with it.
Oh, what you do with it? Oh, it's just
I think how you would treat the
Yeah.
person in number one. Or your describes your
It's
relationship.
your attitude
with
towards
them.
Also, everyone should talk a little louder. Everyone should also talk a little louder.
So my interpretation of that is that you don't really care about them too much because it's just a surface level relationship with this generic woman.
So
Right
if you
now.
had to guess what the size of the body of water would be, what would you guess?
I'd say
I'm a little
probably
worried.
rather large, but I'm not sure.
Rather large. So that's the interesting thing. I assumed it would be rather large as well. But I did a river. A
Okay.
small body, like a manageable body of water. Not big
How
enough
big?
you could jump over, but not like a huge river like the Mississippi or the St. Lawrence or something. Something that was deep, it's like a large creek.
Okay.
And
I
how
would
did
say.
you get across?
I took off my shoes and I waded through it.
Okay.
Okay, so that's
I
actually
got
interesting.
minimally wet.
How deep does
that's
it go?
true.
Only about,
To
I would
the
say halfway
calf?
up my calf.
Mid-calf?
So I would say if you're looking for a womanizing profile, which the number 1, 7, and 8 questions would indicate, then why is it that when it comes to sex, it's a small sexual desire and I only minimally engage with it? Also, I think of myself as having quite a large sexual desire, so it doesn't make sense that the test, unless it's a stated and revealed preference, and I am inaccurate in my assumption of my sexual desire, but I think other people also have concurred with my judgment on this matter.
I feel like the thing is though there is something there because I would agree with like you in some points, but
Number
if you
8, please
take
put the
off your
knives down.
shoes, you take off your shoes and walk through the water. That is interesting to me.
What's interesting about it?
Well, you
In my
want to
opinion,
get
it
down
kind
and
of
dirty in the
like for example like I'm assuming you don't really partake in any like immoral
Many
sexual
people are
activities.
saying this.
Yeah, I'm assuming that. And that's probably why maybe there's less of a sex drive. But you do talk about some of these things a lot.
Who's saying it? I don't know. I've
so
only made, what, 3 or 4
you're
sex
dipping your
jokes today?
feet in the water here.
Your feet?
Yeah.
You know.
It's small
I'm ankle
little-
deep.
Yeah,
know?
exactly. So that
Might I say something?
yeah, go ahead.
I'll talk a little louder, please. I'll
Maybe
talk a little louder.
because of the fact that like the women is generic, unspecified. The size of the river is rather small because it's just your generic feelings towards like
Women in
attractive
general.
women in general.
Could it be that the attraction towards women is not sexual?
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
terribly sexual, it's
Yeah.
something else.
Freud might disagree, but I'm willing to.
Yeah, but how can we do a
Maybe-
Freudian test and end up saying that, that my want for women is
gotta
not
use-
sexual?
Yeah, we gotta use the Freud basis for things, right?
Maybe
So-
if you had like a specific person in mind, that you'd be able to have a larger sexual desire for them.
Maybe.
all right,
But isn't it common with most men that they are more into promiscuous sex with many women and less commitment? So then why would it be that when give a promiscuous answer for what's most important to me, then I give a very sheltered, restrictive answer as to my sexuality?
Well, I think that's just the flaws of the test, where like a large body of water can be interpreted in many different ways.
Also,
Where
this
a
test
large
is for
sexual
fun.
drive.
The ancient
Yeah, this is
Hebrews,
for fun. This is just to get to know each other, for
the
everyone.
ancient
you know?
Hebrews thought of bodies of water as deep and chaotic things, right? So when Jesus walks upon the water, it's showing his control over it, and it's indicating that he's God in the same way that in the beginning, God moves upon the surface of the water, right? So, like, why is it that the symbolism is different, right? It's not a universal symbolism. Like,
Because
what
this
is it?
is-
How do we
well,
know?
This is a Freudian test.
How do we know it
That's-
means
it's a-
sex and not,
'Cause that's what
the
Freud
deep
wants it to
mysteries of
be.
life? Why are we assuming that the animal is the thing that was our problem instead of the water?
This would seem to be maybe one of the major problems of Freud's thought as a whole, that he defines humans primarily with respect to the will to pleasure. That is to say that for him, the primary goal of life, our aim in everything, whether we know it or not, is to,
Yeah,
is to attain-
hedonistic, yeah.
is to have pleasure, especially of a physical or sexual nature. And so, later psychoanalysts like Jung or Adler, for example, might disagree with this and pose other wills to blank. You insert whatever the meaning of life is there. So that could be something which would seem to prove Freud wrong in the overall structure of his thought.
That last bit might not have been picked up by you because he was a little quiet.
I see.
It's A-okay. It's A-okay. Does anyone have AM or comments to say about this topic?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I think that summarizes everything.
Number 3.
No, hold on a second.
Okay.
Number
no,
one.
Number 5. Go on.
Number 1. You have not shared yours.
Oh right. I guess I should share
Wait,
myself.
are you number 1?
I'm number 1. Yes, I'm the host.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm number 1. I'm the
1,
best.
2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wow.
Yeah.
I can count.
Well, the first the question.
I've already done the test with
Yes, I've
him,
done the
though,
question. I've already done it with number 3, Mike over here. For the first question, I cannot say who I'm with.
It was me.
It was number 5. Yes, it was number
Of
5.
course.
Ha ha ha.
Number 2, as I already shared previously, it was a bear, and I ended up just backing away, doing the anti-bear procedures, backing away, making yourself look big, all those kind of things.
And not solving the problem.
Not solving the problem. Yes, very very good catch. What was next again? Sorry.
Next was the.
Wait. Could you not argue that you did solve the problem by avoiding it?
I
Sometimes some
could
problems
do that, yeah.
don't need to be delved into, one might say.
Also, back on the meaning of the animal, right? So how do you like? Okay, so if we take the question number 2 to mean the size of your problems, how do we know that it's instead of dealing with the size of your problems, it's dealing with a bear, right? Like
What?
most people would think that they're more likely to fight an animal that is smaller than a bear,
What?
right? Like because the problem is so big, it's taken off the opportunity to fight it. Never mind. Just give up on me.
Okay.
It doesn't. I don't know.
All right.
Shut it down.
It was the next thing was the house. The size
house.
of the house.
Well, it's about the same size as my house. You guys have all been to my house, so
No,
I
I
guess you
have
probably
not.
imagine that.
Yeah, last night.
Yeah. Yes. It was very passionate. It was very beautiful, I
That's
must say.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe
Text me
on the
back.
table, right? I saw just like normal kitchenware, so no food, none of that, just kitchen utensils, stuff like that, and plates, stuff like that. So I'm not sure how that represents, but there we go. There's that.
That's good.
The cup.
Number 2, number 8, please. Quiet.
The cup.
The cup, yes, the cup was plastic. One of these types of cups, these very
How could you describe the cup?
exactly like the ones I'm picking up right now, which I
We could say cheap but durable.
cheap but durable. I
Reusable
suppose, yes.
cups
Reusable.
that you could-
yeah.
That you give to children because if they spill it, it doesn't break.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yes, exactly. And I drank from it, so I'm not really sure what that entails, but I drank from the cup.
You have probably a more positive attitude towards them. If I had to
Probably,
guess.
yes, I would agree.
And what was the body of water?
It was a little pond, which I easily stepped over. So there we go.
So
That's
you
like
didn't engage
seems to
with
be
it at
the-
all.
Yes,
More like a
number
pond.
6.
It was like a puddle of water.
Yeah, like a little puddle. It's a tiny little puddle. So, yeah.
Now to backtrack for a second, could you remind me, were there not fences?
Oh right, yes, there was no fence.
Okay.
No fence on the house.
Very opening.
Can we take a poll and see what the most common distribution of answers is?
After we finish his, let's do that.
Well, I think I just did, right?
Oh.
I guess at the average size, we got like what do we got? We got.
Wait. Boats or
Oh,
swimming
I
or...
just jumped.
You just
jumped
stepped
over.
over.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Never
It was
mind,
a
I
very
forgot.
small puddle.
My bad.
So what was it? We got like lake. What was it for number 3?
Mine was a river.
River,
Like,
lake,
River.
Moderate creek.
moderate creek,
Pond or lake.
pond. Okay, so I'd say like on the small side of lakes is the average, I suppose for
Okay.
that. And the average amount of getting wet, I suppose, is with two extremes.
varies a lot.
Two extremes, yes, on either getting
No
absolutely
wet
soaked
or soaked.
Yeah, or absolutely soaked. So
With some amount of minimally wet.
yeah, I'd say the size. Of,
some might say that could be considered a form of.
anyway,
So, Mike,
I'd say,
how
I'd
did
say,
you-
anyway,
you
number
can
4,
reveal
please.
yourself.
Number 5, please. I'd say the average size of the animal is quite small. We had from you,
Beaver.
beaver,
Mine was I'm pretty sure it was a bear. I did it a long
Bear?
time ago.
Deer.
deer,
Bird.
bird,
For number 6, it's the marmot.
Tiger.
tiger. Actually, it's pretty big actually. So
Actually-
average size.
And for me, it's a human named.
Actually is, so it actually is pretty big. It's
Pretty big.
Oddly specific. Don't you
Pretty
think?
big, yes.
It probably averages out to a size not much smaller than a human.
Yes, I would agree.
I
with
just
that,
don't
yes.
like the name. It's just.
Anyway, number 8.
Like I said,
Maybe
it's very
something like a
artistic.
capybara in size.
Perchance.
Anyway, so average, I think, size house is always, I think, medium. I think that's
Mine
a
was-
unanimous answer from all of us. I think.
Large.
Yes.
Mine was small. Like
Okay.
it was noted that it was
So
quaint.
there's a small and there's a large and the rest are medium.
yeah.
So that would just make
So
it
just make it
medium.
medium.
I
That's
can't
it, yeah.
remember if mine was like a was it middle upper class
Was
house
it number
or,
2 is
or
very
a
large?
castle. It's
Or
between
was
those
it-
two.
Number
Number
8.
8 is very large.
Yeah.
So with 2 outliers, it was largely medium.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
is there anything else we'd like to talk about? on this?
How you got across the water?
Oh yeah, that's like either really soaked
Yeah.
or really dry.
Yeah.
Big
So,
range.
Okay.
What about the cup?
I think a lot of people drink from the cup.
A lot of people said
Which one
glass.
I
A lot of people
picked
said
for the
glass, actually. A lot of people said glass or plastic. It was the most common answers, glass or plastic.
I think I said wood.
Okay, well,
Like
go
a
wood.
wooden
And
wood.
usually non-disposable.
Yes, there we go.
What
So,
did people
excluding
do to the
me.
cup?
generally, I'd say we're all
I
pretty
drank
happy people, I'd say, right?
So everyone
So-
most people drank from the cup, correct?
Yes.
I did not drink from the
I
cup. I just
poured
looked at it.
into the cup.
I also just left it be.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Well, I guess we'll see. Guess we'll find out.
What is like? What does the cup, looking at it or drinking it, like? What's the significance of it?
Your
Well,
relationship with the most
it's. I
important
think
person.
that question at the end of the day is just your attitude towards the
Towards
person.
them?
Yes. So I guess leaving them be or like ignoring them would be not a very good attitude.
Well, is it necessarily ignoring them?
So what would
Well,
like,
I'm saying
just
for
not
move-
bothering them.
It's number 4,
for,
please. Number 4.
for number 5.
hold on? What would like pouring water into the cup entail? Or what it
Perhaps-
You're
Probably
filling
a
the cup
positive
up.
attitude.
You're filling it up.
Yes,
You're filling
I
it
think
up.
that's a
Yeah.
positive attitude.
could be a
Water.
positive
Well,
attitude.
Anyway,
or it could
everyone,
be
move.
Edit the part
I'm
out.
not editing that out. No, you're done, buddy. You're done. Anyway, moving on.
Now, okay, for the benefit of listeners who don't have access to what the table looks like, it should be noted that we're surrounded by cheap plastic cups, which may skew the results. for
And
that
one
particular-
glass cup.
One
Yes.
glass cup as well.
Uh,
Yes, we're also very crowded on this little room here, but yeah.
Now, okay, to return to the animal. Now, this might seem a little bit out there, but just hear me out. Okay, we have 2 people here who cited bears as their animals. Okay, now in certain situations, a bear can mean a burly, hairy, homosexual man. Now, I'm wondering if perhaps this says something. If perhaps this reveals some repressed information about 2 of our contestants. Here.
which number contestants?
Number 1 and number 3. Number 1 and number 3.
Okay.
1 and number 3.
All right. Well,
We'll have to
uh,
investigate that later.
yes. As number 1, I can say.
Experimentally.
As number 1, I can say I definitely meant a bear, as in the grizzly sense.
Sure.
So yeah. You know, just saying.
Or perhaps a
Same here.
grizzly bear.
Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there.
I'm surprised number 8 didn't choose a bear then. I'll make that comment.
No, because
Yeah.
the animal I chose is worse than a bear. 'Cause that's
Anyway, moving on. So.
Would you rather be in a forest alone with a man or a bear? That's
Okay.
and clearly
This
number
is-
8
this is going a
said
little off.
man.
Anyway, yes, moving on. Number 8. I'm not number 8. Sorry, number 3. You had other tests you wanted to do? Is that correct?
Oh,
Possibly.
Perfect.
Maybe we should go for a commercial break.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go for a commercial. Everyone's all tired. I'll go for a commercial break. We'll pick it up in a little bit. Or in 2 seconds for you guys. But yeah.
Toodaloo.
Hello, okay, we're back. This is definitely the first try and the first take we're doing of this segment. All right, so we're going to be asking each other adjectives, and we're going to be ordering ourselves on the most adjective-like of this adjective, or the least adjective-like of this adjective. And we all have our whiteboards here. I'm going to write down our names to who we think is the most, who we think is the least, all reveal at the same time, and hopefully we'll still be friends at the end of this, right? So, yeah.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? Thank you. For the first adjective, who do we think is the funniest?
Dun, 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 dun.
5.
I'm gonna stop it there because that's copyrighted.
Oh, that's... yeah, good call. Thank you. Save my channel. Thank you. Everyone, you ready?
No, just 1 second.
Number 7, right? Number 7?
Yes.
Okay. Number 1, by the way, I am not playing. We would like to also write down who is most and least, by the way, on your boards as well. Most and least.
Include least already?
Includes least, yes.
Okay.
I have a question. Is this like funniest as in like they are the funniest, or like just like
It's your opinion. What do you think funny means?
okay,
Yeah.
whatever interpretation.
Whatever postmodern
Yes.
definition you would like of funny.
Okay.
Also, remember to watch your lines on the things. Make sure you can be heard on the thing.
Okay.
Everyone good? Everyone good?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, show yourself. Flash yourself.
Oh, I'll use numbers.
Okay. So
I can go first, I guess.
you think Ojibwe is the
Yes.
funniest?
Yes, not necessarily because he makes clever jokes, but because the greatest hijinks ensue from him. He's always there's always drama when he rings, as the saying goes. And on the other hand, we have Mike, who is not unfunny in terms of the jokes he makes, but who does not produce hijinks of the order of some other people in this group.
I can accept that.
Number 6, please.
I thought that actually number 8, Ojibwe, was actually the least funny because he doesn't make any of the clever jokes or anything.
I see.
You think? But you
I
think number 7?
The funniest that comes from it is just like a product of like not necessarily him being funny, but just like the circumstances
Yeah,
he's
circumstances
placed in.
he's in.
Yeah, that's fair. And, if we
He
were
has
to-
great writers, is what it is.
Yes, and if we were to use that, then my both of my assignations would no longer be valid.
Number 2, you put yourself as the least funny. Very modest
Yeah.
of you. I gotta say, very modest.
I
You put Ojibwe as the most funny.
Yeah, just like Ojibwe is a really funny guy, and I don't know. I think I'm surrounded with other funny guys, so I'll just be
Okay.
humble and put
Okay.
myself by the way.
You three on the couch right there. What do you guys think?
I thought I was the most funny because I'm a narcissist. And then I put number 3 is the least.
Number 3.
For the aforementioned reasons of lack of hijinks and very few jokes.
And
That's fair.
he's also the least deranged.
He's not a man of infinite jest.
Number
If you want someone to trust, he would probably be it. But if you want someone to have a lark with,
He's perhaps the most genuine person here.
Number
Thank
4,
you.
please.
Yeah.
All right, so I thought I was the most funny because it is evident. All right.
many people are
No,
saying.
it all stems from just one individual here. It's me. Everybody knows it's me. I am.
Everybody knows.
Just it's just me. It's only
We'll keep
me.
the politics out of the podcast, please.
We'll politics.
He was just
Basically,
in New Yorker accent.
Number 3.
I was saying the least. I changed my mind about like 5 times. It's like a tie between.
Hey!
I mean, number 6, number 3, and number 2.
Also
only
notably the
because
least deranged individual
of
from
the
group.
most, I actually can't decide between number 2 and number 3. Purely because it's not that you're not funny. It's just that you're like
You're not who? You're not who again? You're not Ojibwe. You're not Ojibwe. I'll just put a bleep like a
we'll have some
over
censoring
everything.
to do in post.
Yeah, I'll just put like the beep sensor sound over
the
that.
post
Number 8.
the post
You're
production
a
is
robo
very
voice.
Exactly.
awful.
Right.
Number
Okay.
3.
Okay, everyone erase their erase hands?
Wait, I haven't gone yet.
Oh yeah, right. You think I'm the least funny? Okay, thanks, man.
Okay, so the reason why I think
Number 1.
number 1's the least funny is because he just doesn't really like.
Hell yeah, I'm the funniest. Hell yeah.
Like, he just doesn't make the same
Number 5
types
is
of
the funniest
jokes
according
as
to number
the
8.
likes of number 4 and number 5.
Of
Are you
course.
saying that over our 5 jokes are funny?
Yes, and then number 5 is the most funny because, well, he's a misogynist and he makes like funny jokes. Well,
So you think misogyny is funny? Is that what we're getting at here?
funny jokes about women.
Well, women certainly aren't, so.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you gotta find
And this is a
something
purely
Anyways.
male podcast. Anyway, moving on.
Anyways.
Erase your answer.
Boys.
Erase your answer. Erase your answer.
It's only half of our possibility.
Perhaps this is a good time for an intermission.
Intermission. All right. After the first question, intermission.
We'll be back
Fantastic.
to you shortly.
Back to you shortly after this short intermission or short ad break.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Mamma mia.
All right.
We
We're
bring.
back.
Hello. We just finished eating. You guys want to say what we had for lunch? For lunch at was it like 3 o'clock?
We had
Hot dog.
sustenance.
bread.
Calories. Very good. Good answers all around.
I just had salt water. It was great.
Anyway, hopefully that ad was very entertaining. I'm gonna go back to the game though. Remember to keep an eye on the things he allowed you sound.
Alright.
Second question: who is the smartest, and who is the least smartest?
This is not a.
I feel like there's an obvious answer here.
This is not a.
I don't know that there is an obvious.
There's one for the least.
I think there's many definitions of
Yeah,
smart.
what are we
For
defining?
most, there's
You
an
can say
obvious
anything.
It's your
answer.
own personal definition. It's your own personal
I'd say
definition.
for the least is more obvious.
Go by yourself. Everyone ready?
Okay.
No.
Okay, wait. No, we gotta take some time.
I already have my answer.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Remember to use numbers, not our real names, guys.
Can we use nicknames? I think it's better for
Yes.
us to use
I
nicknames.
would agree with that. Yes.
Okay.
Ojibwe.
Okay.
Number 7.
I number 7, also known as Delbert Grady.
Delbert
I think
Grady.
I need another.
Didn't
minute.
we do this before?
We not on recording. Number 6.
I'm number 6.
Number 6. Number
They
5.
call me number 5.
Number 4.
They call me real carburetor.
Real carburetor.
Mike.
Mike. Number 2.
Simon.
Simon. Okay, I'll be Bismarck.
You're number 6.
Do we have Alvin and Theodore?
And
What?
Ojibwe, of course.
Yeah.
Who could forget?
Why Alvin?
Bojo.
Oh.
You guys done? You guys all done?
I wrote down
Alright.
the wrong name.
Shall we do the grand?
Wait.
reveal?
A number. Double Grady is still writing, so. Very good.
You guys can come around to me.
They call me number 5.
Shall we reveal in 3, 2, 1?
Alright, this is true.
We have the same answer.
Me and Jaboni.
Mike. Hey, Mike. Ojibwe is the least. Ojibwe.
I can explain my answers unless someone else wants to.
Oh,
Mike is number
no,
three,
I'll go first. But
Yeah,
number 2. What was your nickname again?
Simon.
Simon. Okay, well,
What's his name?
It is evidence that Simon is
Many
the
people are
smartest
saying
of
In fact,
the room.
I would agree.
everyone's saying
Valedictorian candidate here. I'm so it's just it is
I might have to
valid.
agree with.
Number 8 is the least
Ojibwe,
smart.
you mean? Ojibwe?
Yes, Ojibwe. And the reason why I say Ojibwe, and you have a very good work ethic. However, the issue with that is that the amount of effort you put in does not have a average high return. Like you're taking into you don't take into effect the law of diminishing returns here. So
What is that even?
Point of clarification.
Number
Number
6,
six.
please. Number 6. Or
Bowen.
C money.
What did you get on your? Oh. What the skipping?
What does any of that even mean?
Restate the
Ojibwe.
statement.
Ojibwe. What did you get on your reading comprehension mark on the diploma?
78.
78.
Well, I think
Not honorable and not distinct.
Yeah, I think that
Not
rests the
neither.
case.
Anyone else have any things?
I'd say-
opinions they'd like to voice?
I like to take a unique interpretation of the question. So I thought most street smart were if they were just dropped in a random location, would they be able to survive? I don't know. I just get good survival
From Mike?
Yeah, survival skills
Yeah,
from
I
Mike. I think he'd have good vibes for that. And Ojibwe, I'm not sure he could survive being placed in a random location.
I'm not sure you could survive being placed.
Anywhere.
Or having to navigate the world.
I think it's interesting that number
Bullshit.
2, the person who knew that everyone else was going to say him as the smartest, chose to redefine intelligence so he didn't have to put himself as most intelligent. Very interesting.
By the way, he's signed, by the way. He's signed.
Some people might call it 4D chess.
All right.
I don't know.
Don't
Does
you know?
There's a number 5 or 7 one to explain the rest.
You mean Delbert Grady and number 5?
Of course.
Well, Delbert Grady, will obviously pick Simon as the most
Wow.
intelligent. As for Garburator, I think it's only if we define it in terms of academic intelligence. You know, if we were to define it in several other ways.
Well, okay, in my defense, personally, I do not think I have the worst academics here.
You may be right about that.
Who has a worse
who has-
academic? Who has worse?
Who has worse?
Not me.
Many people are saying
Who was worse in this room?
anything.
Okay, well, look. What did every one of you get in Math 30-1 as your final grade? I got 70%, but what did the rest of you get? I know you got
Number
96.
6 got 96 as well.
Yeah.
96.
I don't remember.
90
or something.
93.
I forgot mine.
Yeah.
94!
90 something. I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
Okay, so you see there's a big drop off there, but you don't know what yours is.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Is math
Number 6, number 5.
Is math
It's
the-
not the defining
is math
answer.
the
Hey, everyone quiet down.
So,
Grady here has a. Mr. Grady has
that's
a point to
precisely
make.
my point. I don't think that math is the defining answer. That's vaguely how I chose to define it. But if we were to make it, for example, like open source intelligence, then I think Garburator would probably win.
Number 6. Please have a
Of
name from
course.
you. A nickname from you, please.
C money.
C money. Okay, C money. Please. Let's see.
One could say that the thing is, for academics, Garburator clearly did the least amount of studying.
That's true. Lowest effort. So not necessarily lowest
that
intelligence.
could suggest that its
Yeah.
intelligence is more similar than the grades would indicate.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, that is fair. However, my opinion is that completely
Who is that?
goes against.
Who's that again? You mean Ojibwe?
Ojibwe clearly goes against the law of diminishing returns here. He spends what? How long?
This is not an economy lesson, okay?
How
We're not
long
going into
did you take to study for stat finals?
We're not going into the
How
economy
much
here,
time did
okay?
you spend
A week.
I think he's got a point with the law of diminishing returns. I mean, he's been so long studying math that he can't even hang out with women.
It's not
you know?
true. That's not
That is true.
I mean, it is evident. So
Moving on.
That is
Okay,
why
next question. Next
Well,
question.
school is more important.
Ojibwe, please. Ojibwe. Anyway, the next question. Who is the most and least athletic? I think the extremes are the most interesting here, as we both know.
I think I'm the same answer.
I think everybody is going to have the same answer here. Like,
I
it
do
is
not
just,
have the same answer.
3, 2, 1.
It's just objectively the correct answer.
Objectively, we have Simon winning pretty unanimously, except for
Wait, hold on.
numbers. C
Why
Money
do
putting
you
himself.
have number
He
one
nominates
instead of,
himself.
Number 4.
Okay, here's the thing. I have seen you do physical activity. I don't think I've ever seen number 1 do physical
You mean
activity.
Bismarck? You mean Bismarck?
I don't even. You might be good at it. I've just never seen you like move.
That is true. I
don't
kind of
know.
forgot the host was
Yeah.
I'm available to be chosen. But yeah, I'm chronically weak and chronically underdeveloped. So honestly, it's a fair assessment. It's a fair assessment.
I'd say, I think I have to be the most athletic. I'd say athleticism.
See, when he puts himself.
Because
as
here's the
most-
thing.
Honestly, you have a
Simon-
good case.
Simon
I was thinking about putting
is
you.
an expert in like
A's.
aerobic things pretty much exclusively. Like
That's true.
I've played in many sports. I played basketball. I played hockey.
But are you good at the sports?
I'm pretty good at hockey. I'd say let's
what league
let's
are
provide
you
an anecdote.
How much
What
do you
league are
weigh?
you in hockey?
Let's provide an anecdote.
How much do you weigh?
What league are you in?
How much do you weigh in hockey?
This is gay.
For hockey,
In
how
hockey?
much do you weigh?
115 pounds.
You weigh 150 pounds.
No,
and you think you're good
athleticism
at
is
hockey?
unique to weight. It
How
doesn't, of course,
does weight
not
have
weight.
anything to do with
Weight
athleticism?
does not
How
have
does
to do
weight
with
have anything to do with your
Remember to
performance
keep
in
watch
hockey?
on
What
the
level
live
of hockey
thing
do
so
you
you can
play?
hear yourself.
I play house league hockey.
Make sure you can hear yourself.
Does
on the thing,
anyone
by the way.
play any hockey?
I
No,
play
but
air hockey.
You mean
C Money is by far the best skater, and I don't think many of us can do
Alright.
pretty
He's
athletic
the
on
best
different
skater.
surfaces.
Bud.
Here's my thesis. All around, I'd say if you gave us a random sport that none of us have played, like let's say like Gaelic
would win.
football,
Curling.
I would no. I would say that like for the most sports, I'm the best at them compared to the group relatively.
We'll have
because
to
like
test them.
We
let's
can test
compare.
them. We can test them.
You two
Episode 2 of
are
the
almost
pod, question mark?
exclusively based
Episode
on
2,
money.
yeah.
No,
Episode
that's
2.
not true.
Not true.
That's not true.
Like what sports do you play?
Also ski.
That's true.
Downhill. He doesn't have the strength to go up the hills on his skis. He needs to carry his fat ass up the distance, and then he can roll back down.
Ojibwe. Me and C Money are also based bikers, but Ojibwe is a non-winter biker.
Yeah, he can't handle the snow.
Very true.
But
You
I'm
would
a
not
better
see him
road
biking up
cyclist.
23rd
I'm a
Ave.
better
That
road
is true.
cyclist than
That is
these
true.
two.
That's because you have the best bike.
Well, I can.
Should we?
Oh,
Next topic? Okay.
What's the
I
first
think you've
you
made your
biked?
point. C Money, I think you made your point. In a future podcast, we'll have
What's
to
the
test
first you
it.
biked?
Simon, Ojibwe, I think you made your point. Ojibwe,
what
you
is
made your point. as
furthest
well.
defined?
Because that implies endurance. That's very important in athleticism.
Yeah.
Being able to perform all the way throughout an activity.
Clearly a very
any
controversial.
condition.
Clearly a very controversial topic. Let's move on, however, because we have limited time.
I'd say I absolutely mog you.
C Money, please. Who is the most and least modest?
What do you mean by
There are
modesty?
several ways we could define modesty.
Which is why it's up to your interpretation.
Oh, okay.
Modest.
Okay.
This one's tricky.
Got it.
Are we all done?
I think I've got mine. Could be subject to change.
All right. My answer is complete.
My answer is
It
complete.
is finished.
Simon? Oh, we got it. All right.
I think it is evidence that most is number 3 and least is
Ojibwe
number
takes
8.
the cake for 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Ojibwe.
I am the only person to have not put Ojibwe. I put myself.
Ojibwe also did
Should we
not put
clarify
Why
what are
would
we
you put
choosing him
yourself as the
for?
least?
For least,
yes,
I guess.
I suppose we should.
I
Is he
believe
not
I've
the
put a
most
braggadocious.
promiscuous person in this group? Like he has a that he's friends with exclusively.
Hey, okay, maybe we'll bleep that. We'll bleep that. We'll bleep this. We'll bleep that
whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing just.
It's true though. It's very true.
ABG collection. That sums it up.
Okay.
Okay, so Simon, you put 5 and 8.
What number me?
I put 5.
Yeah.
Agree with me. Why am I the least modest?
I think just based on conversations
Yeah.
I've had, I think you two are the most likely to talk about yourself a lot.
Yes. Yes. I am very braggadocious.
But I also wouldn't say anyone in this group is particularly boastful.
I'd say particularly this.
Although maybe
I'd say that Ojibwe is a-
maybe Ojibwe in terms of academics, perhaps.
Even non-academics, when it comes to running, he's quite boastful.
That is
as well.
true. That
I'd
is
say
true.
like Ojibwe is just like
He's a
the
competitive guy.
definition of a boastful individual.
You put me at number 1 though? Oh my god. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
I
What's your
didn't.
name? Bismarck.
Bismarck?
Bismarck.
I put
Yep, he's Bismarck.
I put
You
Simon.
see, he's
as
always
number
well
one.
dressed, very
Simon,
polite.
It's
I've
having
never
hate
seen him
that he was
engage in
the
any
most
like bad
in the last round.
activities. So
He had the,
He should take the
foreknowledge
case.
to realize everyone
Alright.
put him as most intelligent.
Shall we-
So he moved the goalposts.
Next question?
Shall we go to the next one?
Next question. Next question.
I
You
enjoy
know,
this segment.
I'd like to nominate
Thank you.
Mike as the most
Oh, that's
modest
true.
here because
Mike is
okay, for
definitely-
one thing, I've never seen him wearing revealing clothing, so there's that. But for another thing, I think he's perhaps the one who most openly talks about his own problems. So I think he's perhaps the most open about.
Hey,
that. And the
What
most-
if
the
one
most-
doesn't
the most
have any
humble in that
problems to
sense.
talk about?
Keep your pens ready. Pens ready, please.
Move
Everyone.
on. Next question.
Who is more fashionable?
Ooh.
There's a right answer here.
Oh, that's actually it's
Actually,
between two.
yeah.
It's between two here.
Yeah. One of us is in a three-piece
Oh, wait,
suit, and one of
actually-
us isn't.
It's actually kind of three-way.
Talking general, not in this room at this time. Talking general, of course.
Yeah. All right. That's.
I've only ever seen Garbrader wear a t-shirt before, so.
and sweats.
This was.
And this,
I've seen like what
Wait, what
you're
are-
wearing like a couple times.
Chat. What are our nicknames again?
Okay, we have over here
Bismarck,
Bismarck, Ojibwe. Say your name. Say it.
Bojo,
Ojibwe.
Delbert Grady.
C Money.
5.
Garbrader.
Real Garbrader.
Mike.
Simon.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. Beautiful. We should have number 5. You should actually have like a name, just to make
Number
so
5
numbers.
is his name.
No, we should do it.
Nope.
How about like high 5?
Why don't we just call him V then?
V. Yeah, call him V. Let's call him
V.
V. Call him V. He's V now.
Because V. You
All
know.
right. Are we ready?
yeah.
We're ready.
Yes,
Everyone.
we are.
I'll just write this.
Delbert Grady takes the cake many
I think
times.
it has to be Delbert Grady.
Wow.
It was a toss-up, in my
Five,
opinion.
five.
I have Bismarck, but
Hey, hey.
Delbert Grady.
Yes.
Okay.
What is your reasoning? What is your
The
reasoning?
highlighter jacket.
That is very true. Yeah,
The blue
that's
sweater.
fair.
I feel like it might be difficult for the audience to picture it.
Yeah, yeah.
But imagine like a very stupid looking jacket. That's blue.
Now, I've very rarely seen Garburator wear anything aside from what he's
T-shirt and
currently
sweats.
wearing, t-shirt and sweats. But at the same time, I think there's a compelling case with Ojibwe.
How?
Yeah.
How?
Blue
highlighter
State your cause.
Also, for a while, you had like a mullet. I don't know what was up with that.
Your hair just
Is this
You have a
fashion?
haircut.
So,
It
It was the
solely-
middle part, not all the way
I
through.
assume fashion includes how you present yourself visually
Okay.
in general, right? I assume this would include hair and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's it. Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Simon, you have yourself as the least.
That's very wow. Okay.
I would not really think highly of my fashion
Sports
sense,
lighting.
although as I think more about it, if it's like a formal event, then I think my fashion sense isn't bad.
Okay.
So maybe I would reconsider.
I think we also need to justify why several of us have picked Delbert Grady, that is me, rather than
Yes.
the one who's wearing a three-piece suit, because he would seem to be the...
You're. Couldn't
the-
I see you? I'd say maybe it's. I just see you more,
Variety.
maybe. But
yeah, that
also,
could be.
yeah, you have a wide
mean,
variety of
I see.
very
I would say you
interesting
too
clothing.
often dress like
I
a
mean,
pimp.
For instance,
yes.
I've literally been able to make a fashion video just using Delbert Grady's wardrobe.
This is very true.
You could not do the same with most people here.
We could perhaps say that that 5 has a more
Reserved,
socially impressive
Yes.
wardrobe in the sense of being socially acceptable.
It's not flamboyant.
Accepted, yes. Whereas I have, as you said, more of a pimp-like wardrobe,
Yeah.
colorful floral suits and so on.
Okay.
Plus 5 also can properly size a suit.
That's
That's a good point.
That's a good
Helpful
point. That's a very
fashion.
good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've ridden off his coattails
Many
for
people-
So there's
most
like
of my
different strengths here.
fashionable clothing.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and
If
next-
you want to dress for a very formal event, go to number 5. But if you want to, I don't know, go to prom and seem braggadocious, perhaps a little out there, a little
Delbert
risque,
Grady's your man.
You go with Delbert Grady.
Okay, next question. Very, very successful. Very good discussion we got going here. Who has their life together more?
Ooh, that's a
Ooh.
really tricky.
Think academic, work, social, romantic even.
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
I think I have a solid answer for least.
That's the first thing I wrote down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Although there is case for other people.
Yeah, but like less of a case for them than there is for him. Him could be anyone though. I'm not. I'm not.
Because they're all him, sir, so it could be anyone. Ready, guys?
No. I need to think.
I guess I'm ready. I'm defining it perhaps more narrowly than other people.
All right.
Ready?
1 second. I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, let's see it. Ojibwe takes the cake again for the least. Holy guacamole.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
Why am I
Wait.
doing so well?
Does anybody have?
Delbert Grady calls himself out as the least.
Does anybody have real carburetor?
I have Garb as the least.
Yeah, I have Garb as the least as
And
well.
what is your
Wow.
justification?
What are you even
One
doing
word.
at school? What are you like? It's so confusing. You're just
One word. Cardano.
Actually, I can see that. From
Nothing more needs to be
It
said.
makes sense.
I'd say that.
It's a good investment. You know, you'll be seeing in
How
6
much
months
money
Oh
do
from
you
my
have
God.
in cryptocurrency?
6 months from now, my
How much money?
$45,000 that I invested into
you don't even take school
Cardano.
seriously. Like
is going to work, and I'm going to get a bachelor's degree and master's degree in political science. It's going to happen.
Guard please.
And you
Number
harass
see
women
money.
as
Oh,
well.
hey,
That's a false
Ojibwe.
accusation.
Ojibwe. Guard please. See money.
While Garburator is not doing particularly well in school, the thing is, he already has a lot of money put aside. So I'd say, like, being put together, even if school doesn't work out for him, he has lots of other avenues. Whereas, like, Ojibwe is, like, sort of cooked if school, like, doesn't go so well. And, like...
Sort of cooked.
And, like, if the pharmaceuticals or whatever he's going into, he doesn't like that, then, like,
Pushing
what are you going to do
drugs.
then?
Well, he's gonna
Have you ever considered being a juggalo?
he's gonna cook crystal meth, or he'll just move.
I know
to...
pharmacy is what I want to do.
How do you know?
Because I'm interested in the subject.
Name
We'll
me
see.
one drug right now.
Okay. Moving on. Next. Next question.
I thought
Oh,
I
I need more
want
discussion.
a point of
Okay, more
clarification.
discussion.
Delbert Grady and Ojibwe both said that I was the most put together. What is this slander?
It's because you're gonna get married in like 2 years
Yeah.
after your mission, and then
Well, it's because your life is basically planned
yeah,
out.
it's
that's
basically
perfect.
planned
If
out
we-
already.
if we
that makes
think
sense.
of
Your life is from
Yeah.
your birth to your marriage.
Everything
It is
makes
planned
sense.
out.
I
from
feel
the
like
beginning.
Simon's just more put together than you are.
I agree. That's why I put Simon.
The reason why I've put myself as the least is because I think the degree I'm pursuing is the least employable of anybody.
I see.
But it'll set you
full-on
right
right.
up for Starbucks, right?
That is very true. I'll be the world's most intelligent Starbucks
No,
employee.
except for the chemical engineer that works at Barbarito.
Yes.
So next question, guys.
Yes.
All right. Erase your boards. Who is the most cultured?
Oh, that's easy.
Not as in like
Huh.
Like, what do you mean?
ethnical culture, but like as in like preferences in like pop culture, socially,
Oh.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'd say.
We
that's
bring
easy.
the
Um, in terms of like knowledge or
Your interpretation. Your interpretation.
I think this is just an obvious answer,
Yeah, I got it.
and
I feel like there's another obvious answer for least.
Look. You like adult cartoons too much.
what?
what?
Hold on. Let me clarify. I mean in the vein of Family Guy or American Dad. Not as a hentai.
Not.
He does
I
have
haven't
hentai.
watched like Family Guy or
Alright.
whatever in the.
Y'all ready?
So.
What?
What?
That's
That's
very
why
rich
I'm
coming
moving
from
on.
you,
Okay, okay.
Ojibwe.
Okay, let's just be
Noted gooner.
let's be chill, guys.
After wait, Simon's not done yet. Simon's not done. Points to Ojibwe.
I think you know what it has to be.
And Ojibwe again takes the cake.
Yeah.
But there is one.
But there's one guard.
One dissenting
Oh,
voice.
actually two.
Two garbage. Okay.
Okay, what is your justification?
Well, apart from bread,
Oh,
what
mine's
else do you even
mine's the
like?
questions list.
What else do you like apart from bread? That's all you talk about. It's all you like.
Well, bread's pretty good. You see
Bread
the
tastes
lineups
good.
in the Soviet Union for the bread.
You know,
Nothing else
many
going
people,
for you other
many
than
people
bread.
for years haven't had
Alright,
steady access to bread. People
What's-
still don't.
What's
In-
his reason for choosing?
Oh right,
Yeah,
yes.
who is
All I know is five.
What's V's reason for choosing?
Call me number 5.
No, V.
I am being misgendered. I have great opposition to adult cartoons in the like a
but what's
Family
happening?
Guy.
The thing is though,
The Garburator.
the real Garburator watched Family Guy when I was like 14 years old. Like it's been a really long time. Like I've watched other
That's fine.
content,
So
like
we'll just
you know
keep it
Breaking
up.
Bad, Better Call Saul, You.
Doesn't even get the Hamlet references I make.
Well, because it's because of Linda Harrison.
See, money. You have a thing to say?
Probably shouldn't
I
bring
feel
up
like-
names. We should probably not say.
Ojibwe sort of has to be the least
How?
cultured.
How?
Like,
What is the
all,
reasoning?
all bro talks about is running.
Oh, in terms of. Oh, okay.
It's
Like-
true.
Like, it's not a question.
Does that-
It's possible that
This would be-
Garburator and I are less cultured
That's
than the rest
true.
of the group. But like, Ojibwe is just like so obviously less.
The least.
And Delbert Grady has to be number 1.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Indeed. It is
Yeah.
Delbert.
If you could have eyes in the room we are in, it's surrounded by various pop culture paraphernalia.
That is true.
Yes.
That
It
is
is the danger
It's
zone.
completely festooned by culture.
Anyways, next.
true. Next question. Okay, raise your boards, guys. Pens are at the ready. Who?
Maybe I should keep Ojibwe in the least column.
Stop erasing. Pens ready, guys. Who is the most gay and who is the least
Wait,
gay?
you have to only say one, so that one is most and one
okay.
is least.
Good question.
I
Okay,
feel
yes,
like
okay. So,
I might
yeah.
have to erase.
Just one is who is the most gay then, and therefore who is the most straight by the opposite way.
By a hair, it's got to be someone.
Not yet. Not Ojibwe. Not yet. Ojibwe. Ready?
Wait.
Wait,
so for
wait.
least
I'm
gay,
not. I'm,
Lee Gay is basically most straight, basically.
yeah, I'll have to choose someone for that as well.
okay.
Yeah, that's a new idea I have. Choosing someone for
who's-
both options.
Who's that?
Oh, right. Good catch. Good catch. Good catch.
Number 5. Number
Thank
5.
you, Ojibwe.
Need V?
Number 5. You mean V? Yeah, V.
I don't like that. You're not gonna like mine.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Let's see it.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Finally, obviously the gay.
V takes the cake.
I agree with V, but I do not agree. I think
Ojibwe is the.
most.
I would agree that Mike is very straight.
I feel like
Honestly,
Mike would be the
yeah.
straightest.
Mike is.
I have an argument for Delbert. The singularity.
Oh,
That
okay,
needs
sure,
to be
fair
said.
enough. Sure,
Yes,
fair
and
enough.
we don't need to go into what it is.
You broke the
Those who
cap
know
on the
know.
thing. You peaked the microphone when you said that.
Okay, so this was pretty much almost unanimous.
Wait,
Or it's unanimous with the
I've never
almost.
seen Garburator be gay in any sort. Like it's evident that he is not gay by any means.
This is very true.
So
But I'd say like Mike is just even less.
he's
gay.
normal.
Yeah.
He's normal. Chronically straight.
Okay,
Like any
from my
shit
logic,
you're saying.
you know, Ojibwe may be a bit of a male glazer, but in terms of romantically, he
Is pretty straight,
extremely
yes.
and adamantly pursues the female side of things.
Female species.
I think Ojibwe is certainly a good
I'd say
contender.
it's a good choice.
All right,
Next
next.
question. Pens are ready, guys.
Yep.
Who is most likely to be a hero in a dangerous situation?
And least likely.
Least is just outrageous.
I have an answer for
Just
least.
keep least as the same thing,
Yeah.
and you'll probably be right most
Well,
of the
I
time.
mean, the thing is, Ojibwe is the dangerous situation. So, you know.
All right, 3, 2,
I have an answer.
1.
No, hold.
Oh,
Okay, no, wait. Everyone put back board down. Wait for
My
C money. Wait for C money.
apologies.
Wait for C money.
Come on, get your act together.
think.
Are we gonna trust the
Objectively.
Whoa. Okay.
allegation.
We're gonna edit that out.
Yeah, we'll bleep it. We'll bleep it. We'll bleep it. It's fine.
Okay.
We're all ready?
Yep.
Let's see it, guys. Let's see it.
That's the correct answer.
Yeah.
Okay, well, most is evidently Garburator.
No.
No.
A
I
hero.
said Garburator.
Really?
Least is, well, okay, what do we think?
Least has to be Ojibwe. That's
At
all.
least is basically unanimous
It is
agreement that
evident.
it's Ojibwe. But who are the contenders for those?
What did I do?
What have you not done?
Hold on. Ojibwe is asking what he's done. For instance, just a few weeks ago, he tried to push someone down an escalator. That's an example.
And in grade 9, didn't you like just slap a
Oh
woman?
yes, that is right.
Slapped
Yes.
a person. That's
Just because.
So, pretty unanimous, I think? Pretty unanimous
Alright.
in a way.
I feel like
There's no consensus as to who the most heroic.
I think there is no most heroic in this group.
My argument
It's
for
Mike.
myself is that I went
Mike.
skydiving and I was very calm and collected in a way that could be suitable to heroism.
But you said
Okay.
Mike. You said Mike.
I said 5 or Mike.
you also
Oh.
stopped somebody from getting run over.
I did do that.
Okay, then
That
maybe
is true.
maybe it might be 5.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
How is he a hero?
Mike is,
Or-
Mike is so
yeah.
chill. Mike is pretty
Mike
chill.
is pretty
no,
chill. He's a pretty chill
Carburetor.
guy.
Mike is not
Carburetor's
chill,
a
but
villain.
he can be a
I'm
hero.
not a
He's the
villain.
least unheroic.
Okay, everyone. Boards, erase your boards. Erase
He's
your
the
boards.
least unheroic.
Who is most likely to have a huge midlife crisis?
I thought you were gonna finish that sentence a different way.
So who's most?
Oh,
least
you know
likely?
what? No.
Wait, most likely to.
Yeah.
I think this is a very midlife crisis prone
Group.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good.
I'm good. I'm good too.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Are you?
We all ready, guys? We all ready?
Yeah.
No. Least likely. That's tough.
Yeah. I think this is just the easiest.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it is the easiest.
Okay, most isn't hard, but least is easy. Easy.
I feel like there's still a
I think
case.
I think the opposite.
Yeah,
I think
least
most
hard.
is easy.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I feel like they're both.
Because there are good
They're
other
both
than the
debatable.
obvious always answer. There's different theories.
I mean,
You all ready, guys? We're
doesn't
ready?
you
Are
know
we ready?
people have a
Yeah.
midlife crisis
All right.
every day?
Okay. Oh, interesting.
Really?
Very
Ooh,
different answers.
Number 5, a lot actually.
I
Number
think
5,
it-
a lot.
For me, for most,
Ah.
it has to be Delbert Grady, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I would think so.
Really?
is the guy going to philosophy? Is he not gonna have a midlife
Yeah.
crisis?
Alright.
That is true.
He's
That's
already
true.
having his midlife
Yeah.
crisis
He's having
in
a
early
quarter life
life.
crisis.
Here's
It's a
my
pre-life
theory.
crisis.
Here's my theory. I think Simon is the least likely purely because it just doesn't seem like it'd be befitting
But,
of
like-
you to have a midlife crisis. Not counting it out, because I think we're a very midlife crisis prone group. But I think that you're like the least likely. However, there are good reasons to guess that Delbert or 5 or Mike or Ojibwe would to be the most likely to have a midlife crisis. However,
That sounds
I
like
think
copium.
of the most, I think it is going to be Mike. I think Mike has it. I think Mike has it figured out. Only because that Mike
The mechanical hand will turn out.
the mechanical hand might turn out, but Mike's education does not seem to align with his interests. That's the issue.
C-Money, you have a point to make?
I have a point to make. Like, what if in the case that
So you should move your chair closer to the...
let's say that Simon completes his engineering degree, gets his first job, and just completely hates it. Like, I feel like that's a very possible thing that could happen.
Yes.
Fair enough, yes.
And because of engineering, it's a very strict field.
I mean, Starbucks.
You know,
That-
people could say that about pharmacy as well.
Yeah, I could say that as well. But like,
And someone who's not who is some might say commitment issues, and who doesn't want to have a relationship,
Yeah.
they
No doubt.
might find themselves old in midlife, unable to find a girlfriend
Maybe
or a
you're-
wife, unable to have kids, not knowing what they've done with their life, and not having any meaning or
I'll be
purpose.
rich. I'll be
And-
rich.
You'll be rich
You'll
and
be
sad and
rich,
lonely.
but your house will be it'll have an
Empty.
odor to it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Smell of lotion.
no, there's gonna be no.
Anyway, moving on. Next question, guys. Right? Erase your boards. Pens at the ready,
So
please.
when money equals happiness,
That's
No,
not true.
inverse.
No
Money
way.
does not equal
That is not
happiness.
true.
Moving on.
Money equals
if you
midlife
gave me $1
crisis.
billion,
More money
I'd
is
be
definitely
so
more better.
happy.
Ojibwe,
But, like,
But it's like
it's
75,000.
not a
That's
direct
like-
correlation.
I'd be traveling the
whatever
world.
percent-
Well, they found that, like,
I'd
Oh,
be-
the point
Ojibwe, Mike,
is division
C-Money,
three.
number 5. Order, please.
Order!
Thank you.
Order
Thank you,
in the court,
Governor.
the honorable
Guys,
Judge
we're inside.
Bismarck.
Bismarck,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Bismarck, yes, me,
Inside
Bismarck.
voices, yes.
Inside voices.
Who is the most and least moral?
This.
Why did I erase it? Why did I erase it?
Don't look at me, number 5.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Oh wow!
Ojibwe.
Unanimous release. Ojibwe.
So least is unanimously Ojibwe,
Yeah.
as we expect.
Except for one.
Yeah, except for one who put number 4, or
Yeah.
carburetor.
That's just not
these
true.
These allegations are entirely false.
We're gonna beat this.
No,
We're gonna beat this.
It's true.
It's true.
Garbage.
Bicycles. Only
Except
bicycles.
the
I mean, okay,
else.
first off, there are no allegations. Second, even if there were allegations, they would be false. Third, even if the allegations were true, the people in question deserved it.
Yeah.
Moving on. Anyways, moving
And
on.
there's no allegations.
Yes.
I think Bismarck is just like a good person.
Well, thank
Like,
you.
What has
Thank
he
you.
done?
Well,
What has
thank
he done
you.
that's bad?
Well, thank you.
Like,
What has he done that's good?
well, a lot of things. like
I
he manners. He's
I just
polite.
chose Mike because
Agree.
I think there's a good argument for many people, and I think Mike is one of the people up there.
Like I think
Yeah.
I was thinking 5, but like the things he says.
No, okay.
now, there's a
Defend
lot of
myself.
interesting things said about Mexico City. That's all I'm
Number
gonna
of
say.
good things I've done, as in people I've helped in volunteer hours, probably the highest. Number of bad things I've done, also
Probably
Significant.
I wouldn't say the highest.
Like,
Obviously,
one-
not the
Obviously,
highest.
he's the highest.
Not the
Ojibwe
highest.
has to
I
be
wouldn't
the
say it
highest.
cancels out. I think it's still in the positive, but it's a drag on.
Hey, raise your answers, guys. Raise your answers.
It's a
the
drag.
man
It's
who
a shame.
objectifies
It is.
women with his.
Anyway, moving on. Are you ready?
Whoa.
Are we
Who
ready?
does-
I don't. I don't. It doesn't
Ojibwe,
matter.
please be
doesn't
quiet.
matter.
I mean, some people might even have a
5, please.
Let us use our inside voices. to
Hola!
Everyone, order,
Inside
please.
voice.
Bismarck requires order.
I was just saying inside.
Oh, yes.
Who is most likely to get into the Guinness Book of World Records for whatever reason?
This is a good question.
Thank you.
Am I gonna erase Ojibwe? Yeah. I might write it back down, but like there's some questions here.
Here, you guys would not.
Who
be
was that
picking-
again? Sorry, who?
You
What
guys
do you
would
mean?
not be picking on me for this.
Oh, I think we'd still be picking on you for this.
In many.
Who?
Hey, who
Who?
is that? Sorry, who is that?
homie. What?
I
We're
don't know-
talking
I don't know
about
this man.
Hitler 2.
I'm
Actually,
ready.
Hitler 3.
Ready?
Stalin.
Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Stalin, yeah.
1 second.
I mean, Stalin was from the Caucasus.
Grady, you ready? Okay.
Oh, interesting.
So I think it's a tie between Garb and Mike, and I think that's just what people
Some
do.
people are saying
Ojibwe.
Ojibwe for the most.
Ooh, yeah,
For
they
what?
are actually.
For what?
Doing
Well,
something crazy?
yeah, or it could even be a running record.
No,
uh,
way, no way, no.
Or
no way,
it
no,
could
no way,
perhaps
no way, no way.
be a record of something else.
Okay.
Okay, so I think Garburator, myself or Mike, purely because I think we would just come up with something.
I think Garburator, who's a high likelihood of retiring very early and living up little,
And then
he would be the
doing
type
fun
to
things.
to just go after a stupid world record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
That's true.
Whereas
At
I think
least-
my life will be very
at least,
boring,
like,
and
what
therefore I
has
will never have
Bismarck
an
doesn't
award.
really do anything. He's just like a.
Yeah, I think
normal
Bismarck is just
person.
not very dramatic, so he's not
That's true,
likely
that's
to.
Although you're selling yourself short by like marrying at 25
I am
instead of
actually
18.
Okay.
Well,
This is the last question, guys. The last question.
right.
Oh
So-
my gosh.
Make it count.
The last question. So make it count, guys.
Why not a paper towel?
It's for wimps.
Look at this. Show your hand, Garburator, to the crowd.
Oh my God! It's all
for the viewers or listeners. at
Emerald
home,
green from his marker.
His hand is just green. It's like got
It's like
infected
a
with like.
goblin.
It's either like
Cast over by
a
the
goblin or like the Hulk or maybe like mold.
Yeah.
You know.
All right.
sickly to
Question, please.
Who is the? So that concludes the first podcast. Anything else to say? You guys want to say? You can add on the
nope.
last bit.
Real.
If you're to ask us who's the weirdest, there's only one answer.
Oh yeah, that was actually going to be one of my questions actually, but I decided not to ask it because I feel like it'd be
It's
too.
just
yeah,
very
It's too obvious. So I was like, oh my God.
It is.
We'll leave it to the listeners to.
Figure out who that is. Bye bye. See you guys. Bye bye.
God bless you.